Hello everyone, this is Logan, and welcome to the 21st episode of Tech Time. Or in other words, if Tech Time was a person and lived in the United States, it would now legally be old enough to drink, which is an accomplishment even I haven't achieved yet. Now, I figured I would try Tech Time as sort of an experiment. I would kind of try, maybe the next few episodes a bit differently. Instead of doing all of these intros and pictures and all of that, well, maybe I might end up throwing in a picture or two every so often just for visual aid. I figured I would kind of maybe try, doing this all one take, sort of like how it used to work with my older videos, which seemed to get a pretty surprising amount of views. So, is this the way that it will end up going in the future? Well, if I get any kind of positive, comments or anything like that, if all goes well, and if my viewers like it, then, I will continue to do this. If they, don't, then I will revert back to the old style. So, please, let me know if you like this style better. So, the first thing I figured I would cover just so, I and a few other people can sleep at night, Windows 8.1. Now, I've already gone over this a few times in the past, but there is a new build to the consumer preview of Windows 8.1. First of all, there will be a lot more, there will be quite a few more hints on how to use the new Metro UI, which, is, to many people is kind of scary, because, they've been used to this old style of Windows, even though to all of them I say, it's the same thing. You don't have to use the Metro UI, and I say this to everyone who complains about Windows 8. You shouldn't complain about Windows 8 because it's the same thing. You don't need to use the Metro UI. In fact, I even really don't use the Metro UI. I just use the desktop. And in very rare occasions, I might, go on the Windows Store just to see what's on there, but really, I hardly ever use the Metro UI. So, yeah, there are a few, little, helpful, illustrations and instructional videos and things like that to help you along. Skype is now fully integrated into Windows 8.1. It comes in as a built-in Metro app, even though, I don't know, I don't really care for that much, because I've used the Skype app, on Windows 8, and it is not very good at all. So, I don't know, hopefully they have Skype as a desktop option, like the option built in to use the Skype desktop app, but otherwise, yeah, I'm not a big fan. Alright, so that's the first thing. The next thing is Amazon's new game console. I'm not sure what it's going to be called. It'll probably bear the Kindle name, but that's really all I can gather right now. All I know is that it will be a game console. It will probably have a similar UI to the Kindle Fire, whereas, it has this sort of esque carousel thing, and then a sort of Android drawer thing. And speaking of which, it will probably run a cracked version of Android, a bit like the Kindle Fire and the Kindle Fire HD. And it will actually, have a lot of Amazon services, like Amazon Movies, Amazon, Television, Amazon Prime, that sort of thing. So it'll kind of try to be a media center, which seems to be how a lot of consoles are going. I mean, think about it. Who actually owns a PS3 for the games? That's what I thought. But yeah, I think it's going to be, like a lot of consoles, like the Xbox One, and really even the Xbox 360, heck, even the Wii U, I think, might be kind of trying to be media center first, games second. So that's the Amazon game console. Now on to well, I'm not going to say the best for last because maybe you might have a different opinion, but arguably maybe the most important last. And that is the Apple, well, I don't think it's called I think it's just called the event, or something like that, iPhone event, or something like that. That will be September 10th. And I kind of wanted to go over what you might want to expect. Sort of, the reason I'm doing this is because of, you know, I kind of did this when WWDC happened. And the first thing to expect with the iPhone 5S is, well, to have the exact same look as the iPhone 5. And why we can expect this is because of, well, considering the iPhone 4S looked exactly like the iPhone 4, apart from a few subtle differences. The iPhone 3GS looked a lot like the iPhone 3G, apart from some very subtle differences. And, yeah. So that's why I think I will look a bit similar. Now, the next thing I think we can expect, a lot of rumors have stated this, and it was even found in the code of one of the iOS 7 betas, a fingerprint sensor. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work. I think, from what I can tell, we're probably going to be able to use this as a way to have a passcode. So, like, let's say, you know, you have a, your nosy friend and, your nosy parents who always want to go into your phone or your iPad or something like that. It will have a fingerprint sensor so that only your finger will be registered. It has also been said that this might happen with, like, confirming, like, let's say you have kids and you don't want them purchasing things on the App Store without your permission. It will require your fingerprint as opposed to having a password. So that's a pretty good thing. The only problem I would assume with that is knowing how Apple even freaks out with free apps. Like, for example, like if you download a free app, even then it'll require you to put in your password. Let's say you let your friend borrow your iPhone or something like that, and he wants to download a free application. He probably won't be able to because it will only work with your fingerprint, or your parent's fingerprint, or something like that. What else can we expect? Well, the iPhone 5C, which is what they're probably going to be calling the low-cost budget iPhone, and it will probably, C will either stand for colors or cheap, but I think it will probably stand for colors. And the reason we know this is, well, actually, because I recently went on Flipboard and saw someone prototyping someone leaking the volume buttons to the iPhone, and they were multicolored, so that's sort of a confirmed thing. Seemed to be some kind of orange or pink color or something like that, but I don't know. So, that's pretty much what to expect with the new iPhone. Of course, it will probably run iOS 7, that's, well, pretty much a given at this point. And, yeah, so that's all for this week. Stay tuned for next week.